Hello everyone, welcome to our 21 days answer writing challenge for CAPF basic examination 2026 paper 2. The model answers of all these daily answer writing challenge questions can be downloaded from our app, the link of which will be given in the description to this particular video. Today let us see the question or model answer discussion for day 7, which will be dealing with an essay. The question for today's essay is: globalization has changed the aspirations of various sections of the Indian society. So as usual, we will start with the approach or structure to this particular essay writing. Initially, you can start with an introduction, discussing or describing about the globalization. Followed by that, you can discuss about the impact of globalization on different sections of society. And followed by that, what are the challenges or limitations of its impact? So that can be discussed here. And followed by that, the government's initiatives to ensure inclusive growth in the midst of this globalization wave, the wave of globalization, inclusive growth, and finally, one conclusion. So this can be the brief framework for writing this particular essay, where you must elaborate more on these dimensions, impact and the challenges. So as usual, going for the detailed discussion of this particular essay. So in the introduction, you can simply describe the process of globalization as the economic, socio-cultural and economic integration of the world economies, right? You can simply define the meaning of globalization, or else you can also go with the LPG reforms, 1991 LPG reforms, when we opened up the markets, thereby getting into this wave of globalization. So followed by that, moving on with the impact assessment, or how it changed the aspirations of various sections of the society. Here we can discuss from multiple aspects, like starting from how it has had an impact on the youth population in terms of enhanced job opportunities, or in terms of increased networking through platforms like X or Facebook, etc., etc., employment opportunities, educational opportunities, etc., etc. So today, more and more people are going from India to other countries for their higher educations. So these are the aspirations, the changing aspirations that you should discuss. This is one particular section of the society, and then we can also discuss the gender perspective, like how it is empowering women, how it is empowering women to come into this labor force participation rate. There is increased labor force participation rate, especially from the female side, female labor force participation. This here you can quote the periodic labor force survey report 2020 to 2023 to substantiate this changing trend, right? And how it is also empowering women to lead the wave of entrepreneurship. Today, many women-led entrepreneurial ventures are coming to the forefront. So all these points can be emphasized here, and then you can go on with discussing the next section of society, like how it has increased the standard of living of the middle class people. Right? Middle class people's standard of living has been enhanced, so that we can discuss here. And then today, many of the middle class people who are enters into this IT sector, mostly they aspire to go to other countries, especially the Western countries. Followed by that, we can discuss the impact of globalization on rural people in terms of increased internet access. So that in turn leads to enhanced access to education, healthcare in terms of telemedicine, etc. Telemedicine, so education, etc. All this can be discussed here. How far it has changed the lives or aspirations of the rural people. And then it can also discuss about how it has led to increased governance, like from the political aspect, how it is leading to more transparency or more transparent and accountable government because of the empowered citizens or well-informed citizens. So all this can be highlighted in this particular part of the essay. Followed by that, we can go on discussing the challenges or limitations. Although it has had positive impact in terms of empowering the people to aspire for more, there are many challenges also. The first thing is the increase in income or wealth inequality. Income and wealth inequality. Here you can simply quote the Oxford Inequality Report 2023. And then the crisis of unemployment. Unemployment crisis, especially in the contemporary times of this AI advancement. So unemployment crisis. Here you can simply highlight the growth, economic growth without concomitant employment opportunities. Growth without employment. So this paradox you can highlight here. And then how it is leading to cultural homogenization. Cultural homogenization. And then how in contemporary times you can also discuss about the data privacy issues or the conflict when it comes to this data privacy, the conflict of data localization between various governments in the global south versus the multinational companies in the Western world. Here you can simply say it as data colonization. Data colonization. This can be one point, and how it is also leading to environmental degradation. Environmental degradation from the increased economic activities. There is less to no concern for the environment. In terms of development, there is so much of environmental destruction happening. So that can also be highlighted in this particular regard. And as the next dimension, you can highlight the need for ensuring inclusive growth in all this background. How to ensure a inclusive growth in the backdrop of this wave of globalization. So here you can highlight the various government initiatives being taken by the government of India, or you can also discuss the government initiatives from across the world as a model initiative, since it is not restricted to the India alone. Okay, it is restricted to Indian society alone. So you can simply restrict to the government initiatives that are being taken by the government of India alone. Like what are the various initiatives being taken to promote inclusive growth in terms of empowering women through education, healthcare, employment opportunities, etc., etc. And then schemes like aspirational district program, and now it has been updated to aspirational blocks program for ensuring this regional development, thereby addressing the regional inequalities. So here in this challenges part, you can also highlight the regional divide, digital divide, etc. can also be highlighted in this challenges or limitations associated with this globalization. So, and then you can also discuss about the Digital India mission, etc., etc. can be discussed here in terms of the government initiatives to ensure inclusive growth. And then finally, we can, in the conclusion part, we can discuss about a balanced approach to globalization, a neutral or balanced approach to globalization, how it has both positive and negative impacts, and how the people as well as the government should work together. Like there is PPP, people, public and private partnership. How there should be this people, public and private partnership so as to ensure that our cultural rights. Local cultural rights are our economic sovereignty, are all retained irrespective of our integration with the global economy. So this can be highlighted in the conclusion part. So that is all about today's essay discussion. So the model answer of this particular essay can be downloaded from our app, the link of which will be given in the description. That's it. Thank you.